chaos has erupted at UFC 322 inside Madison Square Garden, with a massive all-in brawl breaking out just feet away from Jack Della Maddalena's family. The Australian welterweight champion's mom, Sonia, and wife, Michelle, were sitting front row when the wild scenes unfolded right beside them. The main players in this insane fracas? Controversial American fighter Dillon Danis and it seems several members of Islam Makhachev's crew. Remember, Makhachev is scheduled to fight JDM in tonight's main event for the welterweight title. So tensions are already sky high. From what we can piece together, it looks like Danis started throwing down with Team Makhachev. A barricade right in front of Della Maddalena's mother was completely knocked over as the brawl spilled onto the concrete floor. People were scattering, beers were flying, and chairs were being tossed around. It was absolute madness. Among those involved was ex-UFC fighter Abubakar Nurmagomedov, a cousin of Khabib, who was seen being dragged away by security. Even the UFC's chief business officer, Hunter Campbell, had to rush from his cage-side seat to try and get the situation under control. The fight didn't stop there. It spilled over into the media tables, and we saw at least one security guard get hit in the chaos. Dillon Danis was eventually detained by security, and you could hear him repeatedly yelling, "I didn't do anything." But let's be honest, Danis is no stranger to this kind of drama at UFC events. Who can forget the infamous incident back in 2018 when Khabib Nurmagomedov jumped the cage after submitting Conor McGregor, specifically to go after Danis? At the time, Danis was one of McGregor's main training partners, and there was a lot of bad blood between the camps. It seems some of that animosity still lingers. More footage is starting to surface, and it appears the initial spark might have been between Danis and another UFC fighter, Magomed Zainakov, who fans might know as John Pork. This whole thing kicked off just moments before. Benoit St. Denis and Beneil Dariush were set to walk out, starting the main card for UFC 322. Thankfully, it seems Jack Della Maddalena's family is safe, but they had a front-row seat to one of the wildest brawls we've ever seen at a UFC event. This adds a whole new layer of intensity to the main event tonight. With this much bad blood already spilling over before the first punch is even thrown in the title fight, you have to wonder what's going through Jack Della Maddalena's head right now. He's not just fighting for a title anymore. There's some serious personal animosity in the air. This is exactly the kind of explosive drama that makes the fight game so unpredictable. We'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story and we'll bring you any updates as we get them. It's a crazy night in New York City and the main event hasn't even started. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss a thing. We'll be back with more shortly.